And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Good afternoon, and thank you once again, John Bon Jovial, ladies and gentlemen, the legendary John Bon Jovial, for your entertainment and amusement today. Welcome aboard. Another hour of indie music, talk with the artists who make it, and reminder, this show is 100% certified coronavirus-free. Here's a group who call themselves the Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever with Cars in Space.
It sounds like rain. I hear the beating in
There you have Cars in Space. They call themselves Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever, also known sometimes as Rolling Blackouts CF. They shorten their name just a little bit there. They're an Australian indie rock band formed in Melbourne in 2013 by three singer-guitarists, Frank Keeney, Tom Russell, and Joe White. Remember those names. Their debut EP, Talk Tight, was released in 2015? I don't know, 2016. Thank you very much there. Okay. I don't know where that went, but their second album, it was their first album, of course, followed by their second EP, The French Press, in 2017. And they performed at the St. Jerome's Laneway Festival in January of 2018, and their debut full-length album, Hope Downs, was released in June of 2018. This is a brand new release by the lads from Australia who call themselves Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever. What you think, John Bon Jovial?
Oh, I like the song. There's a couple of things that it reminded me of. The vocals, not necessarily the music, but the vocals and the harmonies actually reminded me of some of the early things that the Monkees did back in the mid-'60s. And, of course, being a kid back then and watching the Monkees on TV, I liked them a lot. And so that was one of the first things that I thought of. And then the second thing was just the title itself, Cars in Space, just kind of made me flash on the TV program The Muppets back in the 80s, and they did an episode called Pigs in Space.
Yes.
Which was absolutely just, hilarious.
That.
And, of course, back then we all, made sure that we were, mentally enhanced, and then we watched the Muppets and just fell on the floor laughing with tears rolling down our cheeks and really not being able to remember why, 5 minutes later.
It's funny, too, because their reviews have really been mixed. I mean, they've been anywhere from so-so to fairly good, but they've been categorized. You know how you have to categorize everybody. We got to put them in a pigeonhole, which, even if they're not pigeons, we have to put them in a pigeonhole. But they have been categorized as pop. They've been categorized as pop rock. They've been categorized as punk. They've been categorized as indie. And even one place called them alternative. I'm not sure alternative to what.
I don't buy that. I can go with the pop category or even the pop rock category because I could see a CHR station or maybe a top 40 station playing their music. But I don't know, indie or alternative. No, I know they're an indie band, but the sound that they have is very commercial, and which is probably one of the reasons, having come up in the background of radio that we did. We recognize music that will commercially fit onto a top 40 or even a CHR station. I can't see it being played on an AOR station. I can't see it being played on even some kind of alternate music type station.
No, or hard rock.
No, I wouldn't play it on a hard rock station. For
some reason, it's called classic rock, but it wouldn't qualify.
If I were the GM, I'd ask my PD what he was doing, why he was playing that. If it was an AOR or album-oriented rock station.
Yeah, and could I have some?
Yeah.
Okay,
but
exactly. One of the favorable reviews of their EP was by Stuart Berman, who's a writer for Pitchfork Media. He gave it an 8 out of 10. Writing that the French press shines just as bright as their last EP, and whatever that meant. But they also got a mixed review from Landon McDonald of Pop Matters, who said that he gave them a 5 out of 10, writing that ultimately the record is for indie rock fans alone and can't stretch past the borders of that genre. So
I don't know. I mean, I like the song. I do. I like it a lot.
I do too, and I agree with you. It's pop rock.
Yeah,
it's pop rock. It's a good sound. It does have commercial hook to it, and bottom line, I like it. And I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because it's got a good beat, and I could dance to it if I could dance.
Which you can't.
Of course not. No.
Nor can I.
No, seriously, though. I do like the song, and I don't know if you, our audience out there, like it. We get enough comments on it. Maybe we'll try and get Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever on the show.
Oh, I'd love to get them on the show. I'd like to know what they were thinking about when they wrote the song, because it's a good song. It's narrow cast, but it's a good song. It really is.
Yeah, and I'd like to know what they were thinking of when they came up with their names. I mean, you'd think they were in California or something, but Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever. I don't know, but I'd like their sound. I would like to get them on the show. And if you out there in listener land would like to have them on here and hear what they have to offer, drop me a line at david@TheDavidBowers.com. And we get enough people who like them, maybe we'll be able to get them here on the show. Moving right along, John Bon Jovial. How are things in John Bon Jovial land today?
Well, I'll tell you what, the winter has finally reared its pleasant head here in southwest Florida. We went to a spring training game yesterday. Of course, this show is always recorded the Monday before it airs. And yesterday being Sunday, we went up to Fort Myers to see the Boston Red Sox take on the Atlanta Braves, and I'm pleased to report that Boston won. But it was just, weather-wise, it was just an absolutely magnificent day. The humidity was low, gentle breeze, not a cloud in the sky. Temperature was in the low 70s, 72, 73. It was an absolutely perfect day for baseball. And never mind the fact that, of course, I'm from Boston and I'm a die-and-go-to-hell Red Sox fan. But yeah, it was just a great day. It really was. So things are finally, well, I shouldn't say finally. We've actually had a fairly decent winter, probably the best one in about 10 years here. How about what's going on in the Valley of the Sun?
Well, we've had a run of absolutely gorgeous weather. As you know, this is the most beautiful time of the year here. Last day or two, it's cooled down some. And probably will remain so for another day or so, and then we'll be back up in the 70s to maybe the low 80s. I don't think we've hit 80 yet, but we've been close. We hit 79, I think, the day before yesterday or something. But yeah, weather-wise, it's really been pretty beautiful here. Really nice. And I see we have our first guest, standing by, waiting to come on. So let me announce that our first The David Bowers Awards of the week will go to a salute to our London buddy, Planet Zykotica founder and radio jock, Johnny Summers, for his new endeavor, an offshoot of Planet Zykotica called Blag TV. Blag TV is primarily music-oriented. It's a project that focuses on videos and music videos as well as others. As Johnny puts it, Blag is all about the filming we love to do. Our topics can cover a wide range of subjects with that new media twist. And they focus on the listeners, everyone. They have requests. They want you to write and tell them what you want to see on Blag TV. And I can promise you that if it can be twisted, Johnny will twist it. Check them out.
Yes, he will.
blagtv.co.uk. Let me give that to you again. blagtv.co.uk. We salute you, Johnny Summers of Planet Zykotica. Today we've got a lot more good music and a couple of great guests to talk to. So let's get right at it and roll the sound of our first guest, Sabrina Fallah.
Sitting on this floor tonight, above the broken boulevard, teardrops falling